Hello everyone. I'm MVL and welcome to this live stream of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. This is a wild sheep chase. And joining me, MVL Gaming, is the illustrious Dungeon Master, the Jonin Monkey. As
Hello there.
well, today we have playing the magnificent Odin.
Yo.
And finally, the Crusader of Renown, Sven the Crusader.
The Crusader of Svens, like the Expedition of Gold.
We are playing a one-shot for this session because organizing a bunch of people at the same time is difficult. So,
Yeah, we had a couple of people missing due to real life circumstances. Plus, we also everyone's been having stream problems for a week, so this is kind of a test. So that let's say if the stream does go down, you won't have lost an important chapter of whatever campaign we're playing.
so without further ado, Jonin, take us away.
Okay. Before I begin, I will also say that I would like to give credit to Richard Jansen Parks of DM's Guild. He's the one who created this one shot that we're playing today. So if you enjoy what you're seeing here and you would like to run it with your own friends, check it out on DM's Guild. It's a pretty cool one shot and a decent price. And before we get started, may everyone introduce what kind of characters they're playing, and what backstories you have, if any.
Well, if I might go first, the name's Rip Killington. And I'm just a simple wood elf gunslinger who hunts those that take from the land and that kill animals unfairly. You see, it all started when me and my pappy were out hunting one day, and fateful day that was. See, he forced me to kill. He forced me to kill with a bow, and I watched that animal suffer. Oh, mercy, I watched that animal suffer. I knew one day I would make a way to end the suffering. And that's what I call the Ripper, my handgun. You see, I never was book smart or smart with magic or anything like that, but I could do stuff with my hands. You gotta do what you've gotta do to survive, if you know what I'm saying. So now I take my vengeance on those that hunt and those that kill, and I will punish them.
Nice. And onwards we have Odin.
It's Frederick Farthing, cleric in service to Tyr, follower and believer mostly in order. Even
Alrighty.
if the law is unjust, it must be followed.
And last but not least, Sven.
Yes, you may call me Zacharias. I am a warlock in the service of the Raven Queen. I shan't get into details in such company, but I was given a second chance, and now my purpose in life is to survive and to ensure that the dead cross at their allotted time.
And now that we've introduced the stars, we shall begin. For the time being, you are currently working for the Compagnie du Milan mercenary troop, mainly just to earn a few gold here and there. You're not exactly rookies. You're still fairly at the bottom of the run, doing some, but not exactly boring grunt work, but, well, let's just say the higher-ups probably didn't have to go through a confusing series of caves in order to hunt down goblins. But you managed to complete that mission together, and you now find yourselves at this resting place, Pilgrim's Point. It's a crossroads that leads to many of the main towns, Storm Coast, Dagger Roost. All of these it's a perfectly peaceful place. And as you decide to take this moment to just stop, put your feet up, and watch the travelers go by. Some of them are praying to their gods, wishing for an excellent journey. Some merchants are trying to squeeze a gold piece or two out of any traveler that is desperate for food or is too tired to notice that everything's a little bit overpriced. The weather is calm and pleasant. The breeze feels good, and seems like a good moment to just sit back and not have to worry about work or whatever may be coming your way.
Can I just say, these tokens are awesome. Well done, Jonan.
Thank you. Yeah, all of the tokens are made by me. I'm testing something out because anyone who's seen our Curse of Strahd streams have noticed that I usually do a circle of like pogs essentially with faces on them. This is something new I'm trying. So yeah, if you guys like this, let MVL know in the stream or in the comments, and I will try to make more of these in the future.
For my 2 cents out of character, they are adorable.
Yeah, they rock.
Can you dip the music down just a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
It's not too loud, but I was fiddling around with audio settings prior to this.
Yeah,
I want to make sure
apologize.
everyone can hear us.
Okay. But yeah, back in character, everything seems calm and peaceful. And then, like a thunderclap, a disruption occurs. Just out of nowhere, of all things, a sheep bursts into the scene, running around in crazed circles. Just seems to be running from person to person. Its movement seems a bit erratic until it suddenly turns around a corner, turns, and starts staring at your party.
Like, directly at
What
us?
is this?
Yep, directly at you. Or to be more specific, its eyes are sort of darting from one to the other, as if it's trying to gain something.
Okay, couple things. First, could you take the music down just another tick?
There we go.
I was about to say, this track again quite loud. I was just dip them more down a bit. They don't have to be a lot down, but like just a
Fair
bit
enough.
down.
I know,
Yeah.
It's hard to get the volume thing to work on this, but anyway, continue.
Second thing, does anything seem off about this sheep? Does it seem magically enchanted by anything?
At the moment, the only thing that seems odd, well, there is one thing that seems odd about it. It seems to be holding a scroll directly in its mouth, like it's holding this scroll between, and then as it continues looking back, its eyes then start focusing on you, Zacharias, before it starts charging at full speed towards you.
Oh boy,
Quickly zipping round you, Rip, before almost skidding to a halt right in front of you.
A friend of yours, perhaps?
I'll speak up and say, I've certainly never seen this animal before in my life. I'm curious about the scroll, though.
Okay, make me an Arcana check.
Can do. 12, and I'll turn off advantage.
Okay, it seems it's fairly straightforward anyway. You look at the scroll, and there's some text that's been a bit altered, but you realize that it's a slightly modified Speak with Animals scroll. At this point, the sheep
Interesting.
also starts getting a bit manic, going.
As if it wants us to take the scroll.
Well, as someone who regularly communicates with a raven, I guess I'll take the cue and sort of looking over the scroll, I'll just be like, well, we've been through some absurdity. How could it possibly get any worse?
Rip,
And I'll cast the
Rip
spell.
puts his hand over the scroll. Just a moment, boy. I think if we wait some time, Someone could make some more sheep noises.
It's starting to get really agitated now.
Rip drops dead.
Just giving him a long look, I mutter the incantation and cast the spell.
The scroll lights up as the scroll lights up as a different letter as you read out the incantation. The letters light up. This scroll slowly vanishes, and the sheep's dialogue starts to change. As strangely enough, normally that speaking with animals is usually a spell that's only focused on one person, but all of you are starting to slowly hear the sheep's noises go from meh, 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 meh. Oh, my goodness, do you have any idea how long it's been since I've had a proper conversation with someone? Oh, I can see from your eyes you're registering with me. Thank goodness, I've not had the chance to talk to anyone. No, but sorry, my mind's getting away with me. I require assistance, please, travelers. Especially you, magically gifted person.
Just all sorts of confused right now. Zacharias just responds, "Yes. Can we help you?"
Yes, of course. I require your help with this urgent matter, but I should introduce myself first, as is proper order. And you've never seen a sheep straighten up before, but it's kind of sort of ambling along slightly low in itself, as if kind of like if it was in human form, it'd be adjusting a tire or rope or something. It goes, my name is Fafnir Scheinbright, and a curious incident of magic has befallen me, but before he can continue, the craziness begins to pile up, as at that moment, there is a loud howling that pierces the air around you. There is a little bit of confusion from the crowd, and some shrieks as a large group starts walking towards you. You see in front of you a fairly large half-orc, a man in a dark robe, and he is leading a pack of 3-collared wolves who they're growling and snarling, and they start zeroing in on the they start zeroing in towards you along with everything else. The giant masked figure pulls the wolves to one side as the half-orc steps forward, casually resting his sword on its back, and then in a very blunt, authoritative voice just goes, "Alright, the sheep, hand it over."
Rip steps in front of the sweet sheep.
"That sheep is Master Noak's. It's sentimental. Return it, please."
I'll speak up and say, "Sentimental, is it? A named sheep which talks."
Talks?
Yes, the sheep claims to be a person.
It's a sheep.
Now, listen here, sheep. Are you planning on going back with these people?
Good heavens, no! They've been keeping me in that prison for so long. They've been forcing me to do the worst possible thing.
At this moment, Rip takes out his pistol and starts spinning it. Puts it away. Takes it out, spins it, puts it away.
At that moment, the half-orc glares at you and goes, "You're playing a dangerous game, boy."
It's the only game I play, friend.
Fine. I'll tell you what. 10 gold says you'll walk away and leave the sheep here.
I'm gonna do a thing. I'll, as if considering my options, I'll step forward and, approach him. 10 gold, you say?
Yes.
I'll approach just a little closer. I'll stick out my hand as if making a deal.
Pleasure doing business. Now, if you won't mind, and just as he's about to do so, Shine Bright behind you starts panicking and going, Wait! If it's money you want, I have connections to many bundles. I have many magical equipment. I can offer you twice as much. 3 times.
As he's rambling, I cast Thaumaturgy to make to create an effect of my eyes going bright, energetic blue, and I say to him, "The Raven Queen calls your name, friend."
The half-orc stares at this. You see a little prick of fear in his eyes. Goes, what? Oh, screw it! And he then swings down at you. Everyone, roll initiative, please.
Okay.
And whilst you're rolling initiative, this is whatever thing I've done to whatever element I've added these tokens. I'm just switching yours over as well.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You've got multiple poses.
Just the 2, a
Oh,
idle
hot
mode and a
damn.
battle mode.
Wow, that's so
Cool.
sweet, man.
That is cool as shit.
Okay, so I better roll my dice too.
Oh, and he's got the pistol out and everything.
Okay, they're going last.
And the cleric is
Okay.
like doing karaoke. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. It looks like a microphone.
Yeah, sorry, I
they're
didn't have
brilliant.
enough time
They're
to add more
brilliant.
detail to
I couldn't help myself. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. I didn't have enough time to add detail to the maze. Sorry, guys. Okay, so okay, so
14
if
for
I
myself.
okay, so we've got 16 for you, Zacharias.
Yes.
All right, 16, 14, and Frederick is 13. Okay, so just making that note so I don't forget. Okay, so at the top of the round, Zacharias, you're up.
Perfect. I am going to step here very calmly, then step here as if nothing's happening, like the consummate professional, and I cast Thunder Step to teleport here and deal them all 3d10 points of thunder damage.
Oh, nice. Remind me, do I have to make a save on that, or?
I believe you do. Let me check what the save specifically is. Con saves for everybody, please.
Righto. I need to turn advantage off as well, but holy crap.
Nat
Okay, yeah,
20.
I sort of expected that from the half-orc.
Yeah. So, Guz definitely makes it. Just rolling for the wolves now. And finally, the mysterious cloaked figure. Okay, that cloaked figure does not make it. So everyone
Okay.
else takes everyone else takes half damage.
9 damage for those who passed, 18 for Mr. Cloak.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Okay, so all right, so that's you. As you slowly step around, managing to dodge out the way of his first wild swing, a loud thunder, you crackle of energy, and you, in a blink of an eye, you teleport right behind your front lines. And as you do so, this crackling burst of electrical energy rings outward, cascading all around, doing severe damage. Everyone else has managed to guard it, except for the cloaked figure, who, due to the force of the impact, his hood is blown off, and it reveals that the figure is a bipedal brown bear.
Under his
That's so
under his
cool.
breath, under his breath, Zacharias just mutters, And here I thought it couldn't get worse.
Alrighty, so with that damage all done, I believe that's the. You have no bonus actions or anything like that?
No. I think I'll leave it there.
Okay, no, then. Rip, you're up.
Excellent. And how perfect! They're all in a beautiful line for good old Rip Killington. So he takes out his charcoal black handgun, a 4-barreled revolver, and then he lines it up nice and nicely, because he's going to do a trick shot. So I'm going to use one of my grit points, and I'm going to try a penetrating shot on the orc in front. If I hit him, I get to make an attack at disadvantage on everything in a line behind him.
Nice.
This does up my misfire chance by 1 though, so I misfire on a 2.
Okay.
So, spins the gun as he takes it out once more.
Sadly, you spin the
It's a
gun.
2, man. It's a 2.
You spin the gun. You spin the gun and you take careful aim. Unfortunately, all of that spinning and calm focus gives the half-orc just enough time to figure out what's going on and dodge to the side.
Yeah,
But-
it's worse than that. That 2's a misfire because it up the misfire chance.
Oh yeah, that's right. So as you make that, and to make matters worse, as you fire, the gun explodes in your explodes in your face. The bullet jamming inside.
Can I
As you're
use
doing
my second attack to try and repair it?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
As you're doing this, Guz, the half-orc who was a bit worried about what was going on at first, now just goes and goes, "Ugh."
I'm suddenly reminded of that dude from Hot Fuzz. Yarp.
Okay,
Nice.
sweet.
With that, thankfully, you're a cool little calm professional and you know this weapon inside out, so you, with a slightly annoyed cough, you're easily able to clear the barrel and get any jammed bullets out.
Yeah, I take out my Tinker Claws quickly.
And with that,
clear
Frederick,
off.
you're up.
I'm gonna cast Bless on the party,
Righto.
and when it targets Rip, I'm going to allow him to make a weapon attack against the orc.
Nice.
Nice.
Strike in the name of justice.
Awesome. It's a reaction attack, is it?
Yeah, you have to use your reaction to do it.
Okay, so I can't do a trick shot.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
unless you can
probably.
use that as part of a reaction.
That's fair. Yeah, I probably can't.
Yeah.
Just a regular attack. Yeah. And what? Now the gun barrel is clear. Bang, and hopefully this time not a 1.
Yeah.
Yes, that's more like it.
Very clearly, very simply, you can't armly draw back and fire, striking him straight in the face. Roll your die.
Oh, nice.
You managed to catch him on the side of. Managed to catch him on the side of the head, ripping across and leaving a scar there. The half-orc goes, "Ugh," and it looks straight at you, now seething mad.
Zachariah speaks up from behind you. Thanks, as always, for taking the heat off me.
You're welcome, brother.
Follow up with a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Oh, man. I love clerics.
What weapon are you gonna summon?
It'll be a longsword.
Okay, I'll just quickly grab one from the asset list. This one will do. Definitely loads. Come on, roll 20. Whilst I'm waiting for this, there we go. Whereabouts do you want to position it? Okay.
There in between all of it.
Okay, and which creature are you attacking?
On to the half orc.
Okay. That is a clean hit. He was still recovering from the gun wound to the side of the temple. Did not expect the sword to materialize out of nowhere and swing at him. Roll your damage.
Oh.
And you managed to strike him in yet another blind spot. I mean, he's still got on a very thick skin, so he's still managing to stay upright mostly, but he is, you can tell you've already done some big damage on him early on. And with that, he is absolutely white hot furious. He's just going and charges straight at you, and he's gonna make a great he's going to attack with his whirling greatsword. He just comes like manically spinning at you in like one wide arc. And I need to turn the advantage off, but that's an 18 to hit on you, Rip.
That is definitely a hit.
Okay, and he manages to strike you cleanly across the chest, and as he does so, the attack then swings on to Frederick, and I'm just going to roll the attack for that. And I also need to find out how to turn advantage off, but yeah.
It's alright, I took most of the blunt of it with my face.
Yeah, thankfully, not unfortunately for Rip wasn't able to react in time. You were able to get at least raise a gauntlet, so just clankings with that. In terms of damage, you take 11 points of slashing damage.
Yikes.
And then, as you do so, the wolves, they're looking pretty battered and bloody after what Zachariah did to them, but they then start to break off. One wolf, if I could just check the range. Yeah, one wolf starts zipping around zipping around, careful to avoid the party, but coming back around behind the group. More specifically, wheeling back around to the warlock who had done the damage to him before.
Cool.
Okay, so it's gonna go for a bite attack.
Ha! Believe it or not, that misses my tiny AC.
The wolf comes bearing down on you. You have just enough time to get your cane in front of you to intercept its bite attack and stop it from its jaws from clamping down on you. And as that happens, this wolf comes around here and then zips in between you. It is then going to try and clamp its jaws onto Shinebright. And it manages to succeed. It gets the it manages to get his jaws firmly into Shinebright, doing about doing a fairly decent amount of damage to him, but his jaws are clamping on, trying to pull Shinebright away at this point. The other wolf decides to circle back round. Decides to circle back around here, slowly disappearing out of sight behind the. Slowly disappearing from sight behind the undercroft. The bear, meanwhile, is going to march directly forward and attack you, Frederick.
Somebody give him some honey!
It's going to go with a claw attack. I presume your AC is higher than 10.
Yeah, I can just about take that.
Yeah, the bear comes straight at you, swinging with its claws, but thankfully you're able to. It comes in swing with one swipe after the other, but thankfully you're fairly trained in battle, so you're used to this sort of thing. You're able to easily deflect it. And with that, we go back to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do something that Zacharias typically doesn't go for. I am going to make a Dagger Strike on the one attempting to drag Shinebright off.
Go for it.
And I have advantage because he's sandwiched between me and Frederick.
Go for it. Yeah, it's you. You notice you hear Eyebright's desperate cries as you're fending off the wolf. So you wheel round and stab at the wolf behind you straight in the back of straight into the neck with a dagger. And it's academic at this point. The werewolf was barely the wolf was barely holding on.
The wolf. I was about to say werewolves. Damn it!
I don't know why I keep doing that. It's really weird. But anyway, the wolf just with one last desperate goes down, and strangely, you can hear the wolf in front to the other side of you growling with intense fury as if reacting to this.
Interesting. Okay. Do I have to be specifically a 2-weapon fighter to make a bonus attack with my other dagger?
No,
you can make it. You just don't have proficiency.
As long as
Cool.
it's you have proficiency still. You just don't get damage from your offhand. They also both have to be light. So do you have a light weapon in your main hand?
Yes,
Yeah.
two
And both
daggers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you still get proficiency.
Yeah, just no bonus damage from any ability scores.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a 17.
And yeah, that hits. The second wolf growls and then leaps for you as if to try and gain vengeance, but you instinctively wheel round, slice it across the front of its face, and with that, the second wolf goes down.
Cool. That's my attack and my bonus action. And honestly, I'm just gonna step over this here wolf corpse and provide a little more cover to our sheepy pal.
Okay, I will get rid of that for you. Okay. And with that, Rip, you're up.
Yep. I'm gonna step around. Because thankfully the other wolf is taken out. And I'm gonna point my gun straight at this guy's face.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna I'm gonna try my penetrating shot.
Go for it.
$17.
And I believe... Yep, that's another clean hit. He was glaring at you the entire time after he's trying to get his sword back up on the follow through, but your gun skills are too quick. Roll your damage.
Excellent. That just goes straight into the rock face behind them, right? That's good. Because I was looking earlier, and I've only just realised that if my penetrating shot had gone off the first time, it would have gone past all the wolves and hit that lady on the far right.
Yeah,
so
that
that's
was
a good thing that
unfortunate.
didn't happen.
Yeah, it'll just hit the rocks behind you. And the bear behind it as well. So roll attack with disadvantage for that.
Right, 10 damage to the orc, and then it's going to be a disadvantage attack. This one can't misfire.
Okay. Oh, so it was disadvantage on the attack, or?
This one is disadvantage to hit the bear, because it's gone through him.
Ah, yes.
Thank God that can't misfire.
Oh yeah, that's a 1. It can't misfire, though.
Yeah,
Because
so...
it's just a bullet travelling through the orc. It's not me shooting again.
Yeah, the bear, I'm curious, Frederick, you'll notice this. The bear was kind of following Rip as he went round, and then when he sees Rip hold the gun, its eyes widen and moves its head out the way. So the piercing shot strikes the other side of Guz's face, giving him 2 scars on the side to match. But the bear manages to just kind of Matrix style just duck its head out the way in order to avoid the strike.
Why so serious, guys?
Oh, awesome. I'll spin my gun and I'll shoot the orc again.
Okay.
And just for the benefit of everyone watching this, I have close quarters shooter. That's why I don't have disadvantage in combat.
Nice.
It's a fighting style. $16.
Guz is the orc is still dazed, and you aim your gun again and just fire straight straight into its chest this time. Roll, do your damage.
10
Another
points.
10. It is the half orc is looking really battered and bloody now. He's just stares at you with pure rage. Like it's honestly, it's only his rage that's keeping him going at this point. He has a little bit of strength left, but it's fading fast.
I look down at my charcoal black revolver and the now empty 4 barrels. I take another look at that half orc in front of me, and then I grit my teeth and I action surge.
Oh.
For my first attack, I calmly start reloading the weapon in front of him, just letting him see me put the bullets into the chambers, spin the chamber, and then cock it back. And then I shoot him in the face, and I'm going to spend a grit point to dead-eye shot this for advantage.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Yes!
you decide, you know what? That guy would look a lot better if there was one straight in the middle. So the shot goes straight in front of his face, ricocheting it backwards. Roll your damage.
Oh, God.
15 points.
There is a bullet that streaks across him. The half orc is still for a moment. He then raises his head forward, his eyes blazing with rage, as if he really wants to murder you.
Damn.
And then they go white. They slowly roll back into his eyes, and he collapses right in front of you.
Ah, you had me for a minute. I thought he was using that half-orc endurance. I thought he was back. I just stepped to the side and let him collapse.
I'm just imagining that one guy in The Quick and the Dead who refuses to die.
Ah, yes, I know the one you mean. So,
I'll
yep.
then finally use my bonus action to heal for my fighter heal 1d10 plus. Level.
Okay. Second wind. Okay.
And that's me done after that.
Right up. So, with it healing up, Frederick, you're up.
I'm going to move the sword onto the bear and make it attack him.
The bear is kind of staring in shock, and it hears a whistle and looks up to see the sword coming towards it, but this time it's coming in too fast, and you manage to slice it right across the chest. Roll your damage. He manages to get a block up just enough to reduce it, but you can tell it still managed to make a dent in his armor, make a dent in his flesh, and
I'm going to hit him with a Sacred Flame as well.
oh, nice. Okay, next save. There we go. Okay, so that's the 11, and I presume that's below your spell DC.
Yeah.
It turns around as if to try and strike you, but at that point, you catch him in the flame, and that the holy energy singeing his fur and burning away most of the robe on him. He is now in dire straits. There is barely. He is now in dire straits. He's heaving, but he's like the half orc before him. He is glaring at you in rage. And with that, it comes around to them, and I'm just checking something. The bear moves around and then starts to go straight for you with 2 claw attacks this time. I presume those both miss?
Yeah, AC's 18.
Okay, hey, so again, you've had way too much training in this, so like it's a bit more like focused than you're used to with a bear claw or attack, but it's still no different from any other average fighter. You easily just bat them away and easily bat them away and leave you two back at a standstill. And now we're back to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
I'm going to having never broken my professional focus, I'm just gonna look the bear straight in his beady bear eyes and say, no hard feelings. It seems the Queen calls you both. I would like Winnie the Pooh to make me a wisdom save. As I reach out and go to basically just grab him by the face.
Okay. Alright, that's a 15.
Wow, just makes it. I'm trying to see. I don't think there's a half damage for Toll the Dead.
Okay, so just miss it. Is this you tap into the power of the Raven Queen and you create this sort of bench of bell and like the dong. The bear claps its hands over its ears, and then it glares at you as you're expecting that the bear wouldn't have any methods to deal with this, but it seems to have passed through it. And as it takes its hands off its ears, it then goes like you've never seen a bear smile before, but it's kind of creepy.
Only slightly perturbed. I use the distraction caused by my spell to move around and make a bonus dagger attack.
Okay.
Advantage. 20.
Did you cast a spell earlier?
Yes.
You can only attack with an offhand weapon as part of the attack action.
Oh, fair enough. Let me see if there are any bonus actions I can make then, because otherwise I'm just going to keep in front of the sheep.
No worries.
While Spen's checking, can anyone hear the music? I'm wondering if
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
made it too
it's
quiet
there.
this
It's
time.
just quiet.
Okay. Still trying to get these levels right. Sorry,
Yeah, I mean,
Rogers.
yeah, that's the thing. I was fiddling with audio levels like the whole time we were setting up. It's a fine art.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything I can actually do, but I'm just running down my list of spells here. Actually, there is a thing I can do. I'm gonna stay here, and just sort of regarding this situation, I'll say, better than I thought, and cast Spiritual Weapon behind him.
Nice.
As a
Okay.
as a spiritual raven swoops down from magic itself to attack him.
Okay, I'm gonna briefly. Let's see. Can I get a Raven token of this? Let's see. Why would it give me a spark symbol? Honestly. Okay, you summon the spiritual weapon, and this mystical raven flies right behind him and starts to swoop in an attack. Make your attack roll.
Okay, that is with my spell attack bonus, yes?
Indeed.
Yes.
$21.
It was not. It was not expected. It manages to turn around, but the raven smacks him in the side of the face. Roll your damage.
$12 points of raven damage.
With that, the raven smacks it across the face. The bear reels, wobbles for a moment, and then collapses straight to the ground. It is done.
I can't help myself. As the bear goes down and that bell is still ringing in the background, I just quietly say to myself, "For whom the bell tolls."
I approve.
Nice.
Man, that was grisly.
Poor
And now
creature.
having-
Poor creature.
And now, having done that, and knowing that a wolf has escaped, I'm gonna brush myself off and move forward.
Okay. And with that, I'll say... Okay, I'll quickly run off these 2 rounds. Rip, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move into a position where I can see that thing.
Okay. So yeah, you
No, I can't. I can run, but I won't be able to shoot. So I'll just run around the
Okay.
corner to get a visual of it.
Okay. Okay.
Whole action, jogging it there.
Okay. And finally, Frederick, you're up.
I think, I can just get to see him, and that's it, really.
Okay. And with that, it comes to then. The wolf uses its action to dash and it scarpers. It can see that all of its allies are gone, and it just races for the hills. It has no intention of sticking around, not with so many of its comrades dead.
Makes sense.
And
Rip
with
just
that,
holsters his gun.
and with that, with all the craziness dying down, the people in the market are staying around in confusion. They're kind of backing off. There's like one guy who goes, "Yay!" But everyone else is kind of perturbed and walking away.
That one guy,
Signpoint.
I'll tip my hat to him.
With that, Brian walks up to the front of you and goes, "Oh, thank you. That was a very hairy situation. Who knows what they would have done if they had got their hands on me."
We're done with
Well,
the bear
actually-
puns now.
Oh, what? Oh, my apologies. I didn't even realize I was making one. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, my name is Fafnir Shinebright. I'm widely regarded amongst the noble circles, if I do say so myself, namely for my massive breakthroughs in transmutation magic, which is my specialty, you know.
Not wool.
No, not wool. I suppose I better explain my situation, hadn't I? Well, as I've said, I made many breakthroughs in the field of transmutation magic. Unfortunately, I shared one of those secrets with my apprentice, and for reasons I haven't been able to gather, he turned on me, using that same transmutation magic to trap me in this form. I was unable to ask him for a reason that day. I don't even know why. All I knew is that one moment I was sleeping, and then I woke up and saw him standing over me. I tried to ask him, all that came out was a bah.
Well, that certainly does sound like a bad situation, my friend.
But it better not be a sheep hunt, good sir.
Can I
I'll
make a
actually,
deception?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
This is totally not going to work. Like, you've got to give me disadvantage on this as well. As I totally said.
Sure, why not?
Oh, I thought I'd rolled 2 dice.
Honestly,
Yeah,
he
so
seems a bit...
the lower was 14.
He doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to that anyway. He then turns back around and goes, "I would require your assistance. I would like you to challenge Noak, my apprentice, and reclaim the wand of true polymorph, the only thing that can save me from this cursed form."
Since he has taken it from you, against your will, we will return this item to you.
I'll speak up and say, not to be crass, but if you're so well respected in your noble circles, I imagine there's some form of reward for this.
You did mention compensation earlier, my friend.
Ah, yes, I suppose I did. Well, I suppose I could stand by my original offer of, I believe it was, 3 times the gold he was offering? 30? Would that be an adequate sum?
I'll pause for a second and then just slowly nod. In our current financial situation, that seems perfectly adequate.
Rip
Oh.
just sort of like fondles his belt pouch. I'm a little light, so accepted.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Yes, yes. In that case, we'll quite happily lead you to Master Noak's lair. Which, thankfully, also used to be my old house, so I know the way.
I'll speak up very quickly and say, before we go any further, some of us took, a few scrapes in that fight, and if I were to wait a little while, I would be at full spell power again. I would hate to go into this mission subpar.
Yes, I suppose time is not of the essence. I mean, I suppose I have spent 4 weeks as a sheep, eating on nothing but grass and buttercups. Sure, I can spare another moment. Why not? Why not?
An
I'm
enviable
going
lifestyle to have no cares in the world, my friend.
And
No, yes.
I'm going.
Dignified, noble young man.
I'm going to use this opportunity to before I regain spell slots, I'm going to use healing elixir to just magic up a potion, and I'll ask Rip, how are you on HP?
Are we taking a short or a long rest? I imagine
Short rest because I regain all my.
From the healing wind, I am basically at full. So a short rest will regain me all of my stuff anyway. So that's fine.
Yeah. I am going to use that healing elixir on our sheepy client then, because he got chomped on.
He gratefully takes it. I mean, he tries so hard to make it dignified by sort of trying to sip it, but he's still a sheep. He doesn't really have the dexterity for that. But he
luckily it lands on him and heals him for 7 points.
He gratefully takes. And with that, you all take a short rest, taking the moment to get your breath back. Although, unfortunately, because this is the first full conversation he's had, Cybright takes the opportunity to bore your heads off for as long as he can. He starts describing it also. Ah, yes. Well, while we wait, do any of you know of polymorph or matter transfer theory? It's quite interesting. It's a theory I was once a pioneer of, don't you know?
I speak up and say, I'm fairly certain you're one of the only people who does.
Rip just goes off to speak to the traders.
While we're resting, I'm going to use my feat inspiring leader.
Okay.
I'll recount several passages from Tyr's teachings.
You begin to launch into the passage, and for the first few minutes of your speech, for the first few minutes of your speech, Shinebride is acting kind of like he's like one of those heckling audience members who keeps like inserting his own opinion. So you get continuously interrupting and going, "Oh yes, quite so. Oh yes, that's very arousing. Yes. Good old this Tyr and that."
I carry on regardless.
Until eventually, finally, before your speech ends, Grohl runs out and he starts going, "Oh yes, that's."
I take that as somewhat of a blessing in disguise, if I will.
Praise be to Tyr. We all gain 9 temporary HP.
Sweet.
Including the sheep.
Nice. With that, the
And
Uh,
just to close out that conversation, Zacharias will say with utter insincerity, following on from his companion's remarks, "Oh yes, terribly sorry about that, sir."
go ahead and make me a deception check.
I'm good at these.
You
I'm
are trying
supposed
your
to be good at these.
you try your best, but amongst the many sights you never thought you would ever see is a sheep narrowing its eyes at you in disapproval.
I completely unfazed. I'm just going to say, uh, oh, oh, I'm sure our sarcastic comments will be worth getting your human body back. Right, company, shall we be off?
Well, I've rested long enough, and those inspiring tales have opened a fire in my heart, so shall we?
Onwards, let's seek justice.
And with that, the Shinebright gives you a nod, and then starts to march off towards the southeastern road. You follow behind it. You follow behind it in after the 10 minutes you had a peaceful, blissful silence. You continue to march on towards the fort, not knowing what you're about to face. And with that, let's take a quick break just before we
Okay.
head to the next area.
So we're
I
going
was
to take
just about to suggest that.
we're going to take a quick break, somewhere around 5 minutes, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter. We'll be right back. Until then, I'm going to switch over to a break screen that I actually made for Curse of Strahd, and you'll notice a very similar pose on the screen. So,
Oh, yeah.
we'll
It
be
is very
back
cool.
in a little while. Enjoy the music of Commodore 64 chiptunes until then, and we'll be right back.
Adieu.
There you go.
And we're back, everybody. So, we
Alrighty.
continue with our adventure. Jonan, take it away.
Alrighty, we now move on to Act 2 of the Wild Sheep Chase as Shinebright continues to boldly and firmly march you up the road towards his former abode, and we'll now move there.
I hope
Rather
you guys,
than stone...
My bad, I just totally interrupted you. I was saying, I hope you guys enjoyed the music of the Great Gaina Sisters and the Commodore 64 version during the break screen.
Definitely adds a nice funky beat.
Apologies for that, Jonan.
No worries.
Go ahead.
Okay. You approach the building, hiding in amongst the trees in order to keep out of sight. And rather than stone or glass, the house before you seems to have been formed from the living branches of four sturdy oak trees. These have been shaped and woven to create 3 thick platforms. The lowest of these platforms is roughly 40 feet across and sits about 10 feet from the ground. The only obvious route up is a gentle slope formed of roots and branches that connects roughly with the main path. Branches curl around its base, creating a rough bowl shape around it. From where you stand, it's possible to see flowers and small trees growing around its edge. By far the largest of the 3 platforms lies in the middle. It looks to be about 60 foot across. It is about 20 foot from the ground and is fully enclosed with a wall forming from its twisted branches. You can even see spaced window-sized gaps as well as what appears to be a door at the point closest to the garden platform. The final, tallest platform is roughly 30 feet above the ground and is much smaller than the others. It looks to be linked to the central platform by another small slope. Scattered beneath the platforms are 2 wooden huts and a rather large outhouse. You see around you, you see closest to you a giant an ape that is carrying a sword and is just marching around doing basic patrols. And you see to the far left of you 2 more apes in the distance, although they don't seem to be doing any serious guard patrols. In fact, they seem to be playing with almost immediately oversized ice. They just seem to be passing the time.
Okay, first of all, I can't seem to see.
Yeah, I second that.
Cause you're in a bush,
Okay.
yo. Yeah, I can see fine. Maybe they don't have sight on the tokens on this bit.
Right, okay, yes. Damn it, I managed to set everything except that tip box. Sorry, guys.
It's a common Roll20 thing.
Yeah, I apologize. Everything else I managed to get it right, I think. Let's see.
As the leaves slowly remove themselves from your vision.
Thank you for that. Can you guys see now?
Yes.
Yes, and I would like to do a thing. This whole time, I've sort of had this faintly unnerving raven perched on my shoulder, just unnervingly perceptive, and I would like to send it ahead 100 feet, just over this compound here, just to get a sense of what's around us, and I will transfer my vision and hearing to it.
Okay. You summon you magically summon the raven, and it flies straight above you. There's not much to see. The middle platform here, the roof is fairly sturdy, and it seems to have been reinforced, almost like whoever's inside is kind of paranoid that is reinforcing it to make sure that nothing can get through. Although, curiously, when you get to the other side, around here, you see one of your old wolf friends like skulking about, sniffing the air, as if doing a patrol on that side of the building in order to keep up the guard, as it were.
Interesting. I'll call back my raven to myself, perch it on my shoulder, and just speak up very quietly to Shinebright, who I presume is behind us.
Yes, he is. He should have been there, but he isn't. But I'll just put him back there now.
Okay, I'll just sort of whisper back to him and say, "Nod yes or no. Are the apes hostile?"
He nods.
Excellent. That simplifies things.
Sorry, I can't help myself because the tokens. Yeah, I was gonna say the token defaulted to the square
Yeah,
size. I was like, did you eat something on your way?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, apologies
And,
for folks' technical issues, but yeah.
And I'll speak up to the others. Well, how do all of you want to do this?
How far can we see, like ahead?
You can pretty much see as much as the direct egg lighting. Basically, you can see what you can see through the direct lighting.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Everything else is blocked by the buildings.
Well, my friend, if I had time, I would make some sort of silence and muzzle for my pistol, but as it is, it's gonna be guns a-blazing.
Yes, let's face them on the field of battle.
Seems like it. Shall we get the jump on the one just north of us?
Well, I can plot my shots from right here. If you want to run into him crazily, that's your call, my friend. Makes no odds to me.
No, I'll respond to that. No, that's rather not my idea. I propose we both take shots from here, and should that not be enough, our armored friend can take the rest of it.
I can't select my character.
Okay, let me just correct that.
Oh yeah, he might not have control of it. That's another thing that can happen.
That is really weird. He should do, but let me just
I think
correct
you
that.
might be on ruler.
Oh, that could be a thing as well. Yeah, it go up to the top with the little pointy arrow bit.
Yeah, I was on the pan thing.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, he's got
Right.
it. He's got it. A short out-of-body experience for the cleric. He's back.
Literally.
Yeah. Apologies for that, everyone. But yes.
He was seeing through the eyes of Tyr. So I'll propose that again and ask out of character. If we were to just launch an attack where we're standing on that ape to the north, would we get a surprise round?
You would get a surprise round on this ape, yes. Maybe not the others.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as we engage, like, I mean, it
Just
is
all
a
go at once.
gunshot. It's going to be loud as
Yeah.
hell.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be casting Eldritch Blast,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'll go with the Sacred Flame, hit him with everything.
yeah, let's nuke this one and basically just clear out one threat and then deal with the other two.
Alrighty.
And
With that, then.
I'll add in character to the others and say, and just so you all know, there is a wolf patrolling to the north, so be ready for that.
Rip fills his barrel with bullets, spins it. Good to know. I'm always ready, friend.
And I am going to send off my Eldritch Blast on that note.
Alrighty then.
Should
Okay.
have added that to my character
Just
sheet.
to clarify with the DM, are we getting a surprise round, or is it initiative?
Yes, you are getting a surprise
Okay.
round.
In
So
which case
just
I
for the
will
sake of it,
shoot.
Okay. So first off, let's make a next save for this ape, and I'll impose disadvantage because he didn't see it coming. Yeah, very quick. You tap into your holy power, and the ape was just calmly wandering around, and then before he knows it, he's not only set on fire but shot in the shoulder. Roll your damage.
Okay, I got my attack ready too.
Okay, so
And I send 2 beams straight into him, so it's 2d10.
the ape.
I'll roll another one.
The ape barely has time to look around. The last thing he, as he's on fire, as he's on fire, and his shoulder now furiously bleeding, the last thing he sees is 2 energy bolts that smack him straight into the face, and then he slowly turns to dust and disappears on the wind. At which point, his last shrieking cries alert the other apes in the area. And with that, everyone roll initiative.
Here we
Alright.
go again. $21. Thank you for not being Colette, Zacharias.
Natural 1.
Oh, wow.
Could
You still go
so-
after them.
Could you drop
wow.
down the volume for that just a bit? The bass is real loud.
Okay,
At least it is to me.
okay. So, where are you? Okay. Turn down a bit, and let's just quickly grab the order. So, alright. It looks like that'll be Zach again, followed by Frederick, them, and then Rip, who we'll say is just doing some extra spins in his gun. Right. And with that, when you see the two apes slowly drawing their great swords and preparing to attack, they're still a way off though. Zacharias, you're up.
They're still within 120 feet, which is 120 feet too close for them. They each get an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
27 and 23.
Nimbly, they don't know. I'm joking. Those both hit. Roll your damage.
In fact, no, it's just a D10.
Okay, so they draw their swords, and as if there wasn't enough confirmation that they were in danger, two energy blasts smack them straight in the chest, and they're still reeling a little from the damage. And with that, Frederick, you're up.
I'm going to cast Bless on the three of us again. And I'm going to give Rip the chance to shoot at the closest
Excellent.
monkey.
Because they are within 240 feet, and that's good enough for me. And I'm a sharpshooter, so no long-range disadvantage for me. And no cover regardless, so bang.
Alright. Inspired by your cleric, you draw your gun, and
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, that's not a misfire though, it's just a regular shot.
yeah, it's not a regular shot. So you, unfortunately, with all the undergrowth and the fact that the apes are just slightly too far away, the bullet just zips over their shoulder this time, and the apes look startled, but then turn round and ready their swords and prepare to attack.
I think it was bragging about not being affected by cover, getting caught up in the leaves and everything.
Yeah,
At
that's
that-
me done.
Okay, and at that point, to your surprise, the door at the top of the arc swings open, and you see before you a rather skinny-looking human. His hair's looking a bit disheveled and unkempt. I mean, he's been trying to, he's letting grow for too long. He's tried to put it up in a ponytail just so that it's a bit more manageable, but it's clearly a mess. He's sort of staring at you in the eyes, and he's keeping himself hidden under the cloak, and he goes, You must have been the one that my wolf friend just warning me about. Yes. Of course, you're the ones who killed my man Guz. You will pay! And with that, as the monkey's charge, he begins to cast a spell. And if I could just bring up his sheet. Sorry, guys, should have done this earlier.
I'm loving those tokens.
He is going to. He focuses on all of you, and he's going to cast slow.
Oh, shit.
So, So, everyone, it's about a 40-foot cube, so that should affect. Let's see.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, and with that, everyone is making wisdom saving throw.
Lucky me, I'm proficient in those. Not gonna
You're
brag,
also
though.
proficient in deception, so
Natural 1.
the cube of energy slowly starts to ripple out. Frederick, you pray to your god, and you are able to keep yourself. And you're able to resist its effects. For everyone else, time begins to slow down and sort of begin to warp. You're not really sure what's going on, but everything seems to be speeding up. Everyone, Frederick seems to be speeding up, and mysterious wizard, even his laughter seems a bit sped up, like, ha 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 ha, now you shall feel my wrath. And
To
with
which-
that,
To which I look over. Zacharias, why are you speaking so slowly?
Oh, this is gonna be great. No,
For
no
continuity's
response.
sake, you'd actually hear his voice in normal time, but you know.
Damn
okay,
it!
good.
I don't want your facts.
We'll just say this. But for the meantime, the apes start towards you, drawing their swords, and they're preparing to attack. This is about as far as they can reach for the moment. So with that, it's back to. Oh no! Up next is Rip.
What can I do while slowed?
You can only take
can only
a
take-
move or an attack action, isn't it?
It doesn't say
And your
anything about
speed's
movement. It can
halved.
take you. Yeah, your speed is halved, and you can take either a bonus action or an action. You can't do both.
Oh man, okay. But if I take the attack action, am I limited to one attack, or can I take both of them?
No, just
I
the
would
one.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
says
that's the
on
one,
it.
I'm afraid.
okay. I will take a shot at one of the monkeys. Actually, can I see the spellcaster?
Let's see. It's about 10 feet up, so I would say, it would be with partial cover.
I ignore all cover because I'm a sharpshooter.
Okay, in that case,
Well,
yeah,
not,
you can.
let me look. 3/4 and half I ignore, not all cover. Total cover, obviously they'll get. Let me double check. Yeah, half and 3/4 cover I ignore. So
Okay,
I
then.
will
In
take
that case,
a deadeye shot for advantage. And
okay, go ahead. And if it hits, I believe you have to make a concentration saving throw.
oh, nice.
Yeah, that definitely hits. And remind me, which... Oh, I should have looked at that. Which, is it a constitution for concentration, or...?
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
Constitution.
I think DC 10 or half damage.
Yeah, he
Natural
doesn't.
Yes!
You... you slow... even with time slowing all around you, you take... you aim your gun straight upwards, and this guy did not see it coming, so you take it all the time you have in the world, which is a lot longer. It feels a lot longer than it actually is, and you fire. The shot rips into his shoulder, and he goes, "Oh my god! What was?" And with that, you feel the effects disappear, and you are back to moving at full speed again.
Zoop, 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 zoop. Nice.
And that's 5 points of damage. Okay, with that, we go back to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
Zacharias is just gonna two fingers point up at him like you're next, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 move to this platform here. Is he within cover now?
I would say no, because you're now up the slope and you can see him, because this platform is slowly raised anyway because it's leading up to a higher building. So
Cool. Oh, nice. Okay. I am going to cast Witch Bolt on him with the full blast of my level 3 spell slot.
Nice.
$21.
Yep, that's a hit. You start to crackle with all the mysterious arcane energy that the Raven quickly offers you, and it fires straight into it, impacting him and circling around him, no matter how much he tries to bat it away.
Yes, and he takes this. Holy Jesus!
Oh, man. You hit him with the full force of the energy, and he is looking incredibly rough at this point. He's like, "What are you? What are you?"
I call up to him and say, "It seems the Queen calls your name, friend. Now do us a favor and die." And the even better news, he takes that damage again on my turn.
It's only 1d12 on following turns.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Otherwise, it'd be massive overkill, but
Which is a bit of a shame, really.
yeah. All right, and with that, we go to Frederick. You're up.
Right, I'm going to activate my racial ability.
Okay.
Radiant Salt. So, using the divine energy within myself, I'll cause my eyes to glimmer and 2 luminous incorporeal wings to sprout from my back. It lasts for 1 minute, during which I have a flying speed of 30 feet. And once on each of my turns, I can deal extra radiant damage with an attack or spell equal to my level.
Nice.
And
Okay.
I shall fly up towards him.
Oh.
And it
This has
levitates him.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon with a bonus action
Okay.
and place it just behind him and then attack him.
Okay. So, whilst I summon the sword, roll your dice. Yep, that's a hit. He is just completely baffled by everything that's going on. He is
There's an
not
extra
prepared.
4 damage to that as well.
Oh yes,
5,
he was.
we're level 5.
Yes. So that is. Let's see. So yeah. So he is really reeling now, and he's just completely unaware of. And he was completely unprepared for anything that was going on. It's like, what are you people? Curse you, Shine Bright! Curse you!
You have stolen that which does not belong to you. Now give it up, or forgo your life.
He starts to growl and goes, "That want is the only reason anyone respected him." And with that, it comes back around to their turn, and he uses the. He is going to cast. If I can get the sheet back up. What to do? Yeah. He is then going to cast Expeditious Retreat, and with that, he then zips into the room, and you hear a slam as he slams the door behind him, and there's a click. And then you can only hear him rummaging around. You can hear him rummaging around on the inside, but you can't see much more than that. Meanwhile, the apes, now kind of desperate to defend their employer, one of them manages to get to here, and then the other one follows close behind, and one of them is going to throw a rocket at you, Sven. A rocket at you, Zacharias.
15,
And-
just above.
Okay, you had your attention on the wizard for so long that you you did not see it coming as the ape just picks up a nearby rock and throws it straight at you, and you will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that is absorbed totally by my temporary HP.
Okay. And with that, Rip, you're up.
Ah, excellent. Well, Rip's got 2 shots left in the chamber, you see, and I see 2 apes ahead of me, so... Pow, pow.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll your attack.
I feel so wrong. We're killing Jonan's kind. Oh no!
Oh. You spin the chamber, take another calm, slow, steady shot, and then... and you then furiously try and fix your gun again.
Can I use my second attack to try and fix it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You are,
Oh, wow.
you are desperate to try
no.
and get the gun working again, but it misfires, and you give it a furious shake, and then as you do so, the barrel bends.
Oh no!
You did kind of jinx yourself earlier,
I
didn't you?
did.
Yeah.
Whilst on break, I said, man, when I got that misfire right at the start, it would have been the worst thing ever. As a gunslinger, I tried to fix my misfired gun and immediately broke it, only having 1 gun on my person. Rip is just dead silent in the bushes. Looks at his gun. Just sits down.
Oh, dear.
What can go wrong?
Oh,
That's
man.
me.
Okay. And with that, we go back to Zacharias.
What? Sort of mentally wondering where the explosions are and the gunshots. Zacharias is going to move up here as his at-will action. He's going to cast Mage Armor on himself, and then summon a Spiritual Raven right here.
Okay. You step backwards, You step backwards to try to avoid the ape's wrath, and as you do so, you focus on your power and blessing, and the raven and a spiritual raven appears right behind one of the apes and swoops in. You may make your attack roll.
Natural 1.
One of the apes steps to the side, and the bird just goes, boom, and just collides into the ground.
The bird misfired! No!
Believe it or not, that is all I can do, except for to just face palm. You know the sprite, Jonan, and say through my hand to Frederick, get the door, will you?
Someone must. Is the door just made of wood?
As far as you know.
Attempt to forcibly unlock the door or smash it.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Not a problem at all. You tap into your divine power, and with one bold strike, you just smash the door into complete splinters. And with that, if you can just give me a moment. Oh, that's the wrong layer. You can now see inside the room. It looks like what appears to be a standard laboratory workshop. You can see all sorts of cluttered scrolls all around, different parchment writings, and on top of that, there's different potions. But no, doesn't appear to be here.
Can I see any other doors from where I am?
Yeah, you can see there's one open door right here.
It seems he's further inside. Let's deal with these apes and move in. With that, I'll send my sword onto the nearest ape.
Okay. With a gesture, you swing your sword towards the ape, this ape right here, and roll your attack roll. The ape sees it coming and tries to defend itself, but you're too quick, and the blade just swishes and smashes to slash him across the smash him across the chest, leaving a deep scar down into it.
And I'll do the additional 5 as well. So
Okay.
for 15.
And in that case, the spiritual, as it does so, the blade glows with mystical power and then makes another slash right up on the other side, slicing the ape in two this time, and he falls to the ground.
Nice. At least someone's still competent.
For now.
Alrighty. And with that, it then goes back to them. The ape. Let's see here. Yeah, he can just about make it. The ape charges up. And he is going to make a great sword attack on you, Zacharias.
Sort of figured that.
And it's a double attack, so an 11 and a 12.
Yeah, I'm at 17, so that totally whiffs off my mage armor.
Okay, he comes in for a furious series of blows, but thankfully the magical energy you are summoning to protect yourself is able to protect you, and it just goes ding, ding, managing to bounce off.
Sweet.
Okay, and as it does so, you're thinking, okay, hey, I should be okay now. It's at that moment you hear, of all things in the world, a flush sound. And
Oh god!
a brown bear steps out of the outhouse.
Wow.
Let's
In
hope
fact-
it wasn't a polar bear.
Are we in the woods? Because that answers a question of mine.
Technically.
It does. Okay.
And,
Oh.
and literally under his breath, Zacharias just mouths, wow.
And on top of that, your wolf friend comes careering around the corner, sensing blood. At which point, Rip, you're up.
Hey, so I was gonna run out and throw a dagger at someone, but they moved out of range. Is this repairable? Like with an action?
I will say, because it was a natural one, I will say you have to miss this turn, but you can attempt to repair it again a second.
Okay, so
You can, yeah.
I can't repair it this turn, but I can repair it next turn.
Yes.
Okay, in
That
which
makes
case
sense.
I continue to like try and figure it out.
Okay. You're kind of fiddling, sort of bending the parts, like, okay, I can just about bend this back, but was that going to interfere? You're basically like furiously working, all the while Shine Bright is staring at you in some confusion.
I just like mutter under my breath because I don't want to draw any attention to myself. Shut up! Shut up, Sharpite!
Okay. And with that, that is that. And with that, we go back to the top of the round. So that's Zacharias, you're up.
Okay. Let me weigh my options here. Yes. Okay, I cast Word of Radiance and this ape can make me a con save.
Okay. That is a 21.
Yeah, no half damage, so that makes it. I am going to send my raven behind it after that.
Okay.
Just across from me.
Okay, so here it.
One space to the right.
Okay.
Okay, spiritual weapon attack.
You cast a magical energy and the raven zips across to right behind it, managing to recover from its face plant earlier.
Better.
And the ape was just about resisting your resisting your radiant spell, and it was stepping back, about to strike at you when the raven slams into its back. Roll your damage.
7 points of raven damage.
It was a furious blow, but it just about manages to grit its teeth and stay upright.
Okay, because I don't want to move out of this thing's range, I'm just going to calmly stand there, staff in one hand, and with my free hand, I give it the come at me bro gesture.
The ape growls at you and then
Exactly,
in
MBL.
response gives you a middle finger.
Damn it, Jonan! This was gonna be a PG stream.
Sorry.
Of all people, I didn't expect that out of you.
Hey, I didn't do it, it's the ape.
Sure, that's my excuse for anything Ward does in the Curse of Strahd.
You damn dirty ape.
Rip is looking at his gun. You blow it up! You maniacs! You blow it up!
And with that, Frederick, you're up.
I'm gonna fly so I'm just above the door.
Righto?
And then I'm gonna hit the ape with a sacred flame.
Alrighty. It goes to make a deck save. Uh, 16.
Yep, it passes. I'll
All
send
right.
my sword on it instead.
Okay. I'll place it here. You concentrate your holy light in flames start to look around it, but it just manages to dodge out the way. However, as it does so, you guide your spiritual weapon and it slams straight into him, catching him mid-hop backwards. Roll your damage.
That'll be 16 in total.
It pierces straight through the ape's heart, and with that, it is down. And with that, it goes back to them. The bear, seeing its friends getting slaughtered, starts to charge straight up towards you. The wolf quickly following behind. And moving round to here. And anyway, go ahead and make me a perception check. There seems to be a lot of noise and growls. You assume it's related to the beasts that are charging up here. And with that, Rip, your action.
Rip is gonna try and repair his gun.
Go for it.
Hey!
I was
Does
gonna
he do
say,
that? Yeah.
don't hate me, roll 20.
You just about managed to do it. It's like you managed to click the barrel back into place. You test the chambers, it's working, and Sidebright gives you an approving.
Right, after Rip turns it off and on again, and it works fine.
Always the best way, guys.
I imagine the chamber is empty after all that nonsense, so I have to spend my other attack reloading.
Yeah.
So I reload, and then can I make the hide action in here? Actually, no, I just repaired this. That was an action, so even though it wasn't my attack. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Stay with. I'm helping. Sort of.
Okay. And with that, we go to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
I'm more scared of the bear, so the bear is gonna get 2 Eldritch Blasts right in the face.
Go for it.
$15 and 26.
I believe both hit.
Sweet.
Roll the damage.
$9 points.
The bear charges towards you, but you calmly gather your energy and blast it with one energy burst after another. They both hit him square in the chest. The bear grits its teeth and then looks up at you, rage in its eyes.
I send my raven yonder and attack it again.
Okay. Sorry, send me that pin again.
1 square left.
Okay. Then the raven swoops in. Make your attack roll.
13?
You get
Let's
a
see,
D4 onto that from my bless.
Ah, yes.
Does the spiritual weapon get the bless effect as well? Question.
Well,
It's a magical attack roll.
Yes,
Spell
it is.
attack roll, so I'll double check.
Either way, it's like anyway, whether you're inspired by holy words or whether you're just that good, the raven manages to just slip through the bear's blind spot and smack it across the face. Roll your damage.
Would you say it barely hit?
No.
Hey, 11 points of raven damage.
It's another strong hit. You smack it straight across the face, and the head reels, but then snaps back towards you.
Again, come at me, bro gesture.
And with that, we go to Frederick's turn.
I'm gonna lead with the sacred flame again.
Okay. Just give me a moment for that dex roll. Alright, I can get rid of that.
On the bear.
It is so focused on giving Zacharias the evil eye. It does not notice the holy energy glowing around it, and then it sets it, and by the time it realizes it's too late, it's ignited and it's takes a heavy singe across its fur.
I'll deal with the extra 5 on that as well to make it 11, and then hit it with the spiritual weapon.
Alright, you hold up for the final attack. And yep, that's a strong hit. Roll your damage. It's still shaking itself off, trying to shrug off the flames, and
Jesus.
the sword, it shakes itself off, raises its head to look at you, and then at that point, the sword goes straight through its head, and it's instantly gone. And with that, it goes to them. You see in front of you just one rather timid-looking wolf. It's feeling a lot less confident in itself because this is the second time it's seen all of its comrades decimated. But then, something strange happens. You hear what sounds like a distant rumble. And there is a boom in the distance. A boom. And then there is a sudden burst of chaos as this furious explosion of wood and debris bursts out from one of the nearby buildings. You hear this terrifying roar. The smoke is causing a lot of chaos and confusion. And it is at this point, you stare through the dust. You think you can see something with wings in this tail, and at first you're thinking, "Oh dear God, what is that?" You flap round to see a very bizarre creature indeed. The creature, the wizard is riding on top what appears to be a terrifying dragon-like creature made out of wood with a mattress-like shell on its back and wings that seem to be made from white sheets and you stare, wait, is that a freaking pillow on its tail? This is the ultimate creature he could summon with his transmutation powers. This is the bed dragon wormling.
The bed dragon wormling?
Zacharias legitimately just thinks to himself, what kind of joker is this guy?
Talk about Bed Bath and Beyond.
The dragon flies around to where you guys are now, and as it flies around, well, two things are going to happen. First off, let's see. This is about as close as it can get.
Its breath attack is goose feathers.
It's funny you should say that.
Oh no.
The dragon Okay, oh damn, this also
Oh,
grid
this is
snapping.
just too perfect.
The dragon heaves back, and you start thinking, what on earth? And if I can load up the sheet, I need Zacharias and Frederick to make me dexterity saving throws.
Get a D4 on this if we need it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, and if I just get this character sheet up.
Okay, 15.
Okay, I believe that. Yeah, you. That is the.
Oh,
you,
Jesus!
You, unfortunately, Fredo, you're just staring at, yeah, your deck savers, but you both are able to, you see it heaving back, and you just manage to duck out the way as the dragon breathes a heavy cloud of splinters, just a shower of small bits of wood all flying towards you. You take 10 points of piercing damage as it breathes out in this 15-foot cone. It just manages to slip through. You manage to avoid most of the blast, but some of it slips into the gap in your armor, and this very painful, very irritating and difficult to get out splinters all bury themselves into your body.
Okay.
And whilst this is... Sorry.
Before you move on, I'll edit my HP really quickly, but before you move on, Zacharias sees this, glances up at this complete jester. His eyes blaze with blue fire, and he casts Hellish Rebuke.
Oh!
Deck save.
Oh,
Yep.
man. And let's see.
14 points of fire damage.
Oh god. And you don't know what else? It's it's vulnerable to fire damage, so you
So
notice
28 points of fire damage.
you as all the little bits of wood dig into your flesh and they start to pain, you focus on all that rage and fury. You tap into the powers of the Waving Creed and you hit it back double as the flames strike into it. As the flames hit against it, its wooden form starts to take fire. Its wooden and flesh turns into this blackened shard, and that's been 28. It's still managing to hold itself together, but it's looking... Well, it's hard to say it ever looked impressive, but it's looking a lot weaker than it did initially.
Good.
And let me just calculate that, so... That's okay. And whilst you're doing that, the oak sort of screams and yells at his back. I will make sure you burn. I will make sure you all pay for siding with that fool Shinebright. And he is going to cast Ray of Frost on.
Interesting.
And he's gonna fire straight at you, Frederick. So let's make that spell roll. That'd be D20. And sorry about this. Come on, counter sheet, work for me. That would be a 14.
Yes, I miss.
Alright, he fires the ray of frost straight at you, but with your wings you manage to fly straight to the side, causing it to just strike against the side of the building harmlessly. And then the wolf, not wishing to be outdone, zips round to your side, Zacharias, and will make a bite attack against you.
Alrighty. Okay, the 22 hits, but side effect of my hellish rebuke, I am now wreathed in flames, and it takes 1d4 fire damage for attacking me.
Okay.
That thanks to my Flames of Phlegathos feat.
Nice. Okay, and it comes in to bite its jaws, seeming to not care as the flames surrounding you lick the side of its face. And I'm gonna need you to make me a strength save.
Oh boy. Oh, very boy. "12.
You just barely hold on. You can feel the wolf trying to wrestle you to the ground, but you're managing to hold onto your feet. The flames still surrounding your eyes burning with it's kind of silly to say cold fury when you're surrounded by flames, but you get the idea.
Yeah, and I mean, the flames are blue, so...
And with that, Rip, you're up.
Rip finally putting the pieces of his gun back together, and the ammo in the gun moves up a little bit, about 5 feet. Can I see the wolf atop there at all?
I would say, unfortunately, no, because between the combination of the large tree here and everything going on above it, it's just not visible, I'm afraid.
No problem. I'm gonna spend a Deadeye shot, trick shot the crazy contraption that that spellcaster is atop.
Okay.
I'm just using this because I'm terrified of breaking my gun again with a regular roll.
Fair enough. All right.
Nice.
Okay, I believe that is a hit. I'm just double checking. Yeah, it is definitely a hit. You
Sweet.
can't really take a shot at it. The bullet flies straight into the bed dragon's face. Roll your damage.
Oh!
12 points.
And it's a strong hit, zipping straight across it. And yeah, it is. It's managing to hold on, but you can. There is a very satisfying groove across its wooden face, showing where the bullet pierced through it.
Right, I'm gonna use another resource and go for another Deadeye shot. I'm just fishing for a crit so I can grab a crit shot back. And
Fair enough.
also terrified of breaking my gun again. So I'm gonna
Fair
rinse and
enough.
repeat with my second attack.
Go for it. That again is a hit. Roll your damage. You take up and with just a casual spin and maybe even a gun twirl, you reset it and fire. It's not quite as powerful as the last one, but it adds another matching groove across its face.
Rip is just astounded by what's going on. And he does the whole action, and just quiet amazement across his face, his eyes as wide as they could possibly be. And that's me.
Alrighty then. Frederick, you're up.
Isn't it me?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. We're going back to Tolerance. Zacharias, you're up.
Cool. First, I will send my raven in on this wolf, right?
Okay. With a as you stare at the wolf frame surrounding you, you calmly make a gesture, and the raven starts to fly straight towards the wolf. Roll your attack.
Not great, 11.
The wolf nimbly manages to sidestep, and the raven just manages to stop itself from missing the ground and fly back up.
Okay. You know something? Zacharias at this point is so tired of this jester and his wooden dragon, he is going to, in melee, point his cane up and cast Firebolt on the dragon.
Nice.
$14?
You focus and you fire, but surprisingly, the dragon is very fast moving. It flaps its wings, and the firebolt zips just underneath it.
Right. That's all I can do.
Alrighty. And with that, now it goes round to Frederick.
I'm going to grasp my holy symbol and use my channel divinity orders demand Yep, so as an action, I'll present my holy symbol. Each creature of my choice that I can see or hear me within 30 feet must succeed on a saving throw or be charmed until the end of my next turn, or until it
Okay.
takes any damage. And I can also cause the charmed creatures to fall prone if they fail the saving throw.
Okay. Does it mean you're doing this to everyone?
Yes, all the enemies.
Okay, so starting with the dragon. I'm going to presume that fails.
Yeah, the DC would be 15.
Okay, so then there's Noak the wizard. And finally, the wolf. If I can. No, I put a sheet away again. Sorry, guys. And wolf wisdom.
Bad
So-
roll for the wolf among us.
So, you got as your symbol, and with a booming voice and a sheer will, you command the everything within around you to stop. The Noak is calm. Noak is calm and serious, just almost laughing it off. The wolf, however, falls prone instantly, almost like it's an actual dog being told to sit. It instantly sits up and is surprised by what it's doing, but it's having to acquiesce. And much to the wizard's surprise, the dragon does the same. It folds up its wings and then very slowly goes down to the ground and sort of lowers its head and sort of bows with the no frustration going, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't say this, get up!
With my bonus action, I'll send the sword on to Nook himself.
Sorry to interject. Is that creature a construct? If so,
No.
because if it's a construct, it can't be charmed.
It's not really a construct. If
Fair dues.
given,
I
I mean, I
imagine
can
it's,
double-check
I
the
imagine
stats,
it's just basically a horrifying contraption built of with some sort of conscious mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. We can explain what it is at a later date, but yeah, it's now lying on the ground, waiting your command, with Noak furiously knocking it in the head, trying to get it to start flying again.
Yeah, what it is grounded.
And you send the spiritual weapon in towards Nook, but he manages to get his cane up to block the spiritual weapon, going, no, you will not take me! You will not take me!
We shall see. That's me done.
Okay. And with that, it comes to the head turn. And Noak is still standing there furiously going, no, this cannot be like this cannot be! He sees all of his minions dead. All of you surrounding him, his once terrifying beast, now just lying there, doing nothing. He goes, this is it. In that case, I didn't want to do this, but you have forced my hand.
Don't use the wand.
He pulls out a mysterious wand from underneath his cloak. It's a mysterious wand with, you can see here now, it has this kind of strange almost crystal-like attached to it, and he goes, yes, I didn't want to do this, but you forced me to do this. Now I know exactly what I'm gonna do. He points the wand at himself and goes, watch as I become a god. Do you know what beholders do, my friend? Yes. Oh, once I take this form, I just have to decide how I kill you. Oh, but I can assure you, Shy Bright, if you're here, and I know you are, your death will be the most slowest and painful. He raises a wand, and at this point, Shinebright runs out of his cover and starts going, meh, 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 and Albert goes, shut up! Don't you ask why? You ask why? I kept telling you. You used to be my hero. I longed to train underneath you. But as they say, never meet your heroes. I kept telling you. I'm a human, you twit. I don't have 100 years to get the atmosphere of your lessons. All you had to do was train me properly, and then... maybe I would... I suppose... who knows? Maybe we could have been a great partnership together. But then again, this wand... This is where all your breakfast came from. It shall be how you end. The wand crackles and glows with energy. And at that point, something strange then happens. The wand suddenly, the energy suddenly becomes a lot greater than you were expecting, and Noak's eyes widen as if even he wasn't sure, as if even he wasn't expecting this. He is, as the one zaps him, his form like twists and bends in this unnatural shape. He's making this terrified scream of, and as he does so, his body continues to twist out of all control. The dragon below you, its form shimmers, and unfortunately I wasn't able to prepare a token for this, but it turns back into a bed. And as for Noak himself, the magical energy swarms around him until... Oh, shoot, they didn't tell me. Let's see.
Suspense!
Sorry, I was just trying to find something that would work here. This was the one thing I hadn't... This was something I thought I prepared for, but doesn't seem to be working, so...
You can never prepare for a madman!
Yeah.
I said don't use the wand!
He transforms into a massive blob of gibbering flesh. This kind of, is that the right token? Damn it. Okay.
He turns into a pile of bread.
God damn it. This is,
that's
I'm sorry, guys,
that's way better. He turns into a pile of food.
Yeah, that's the same. You know what? This doesn't seem to be helping me, but yeah, let's get over that. He turns into this, first what appears to be a pile of, molding hideous... It appears to be this hideous pile of food. Let's go with it. Oh, damn. I mean, I really hate you roll 20 sometimes. But anyway, it turns into... You're gonna have to use your imagination for this, folks. I am so sorry. I should have checked this. But yeah, it turns into this massive blob of melting flesh going... And he goes on the... And he starts moving closer to attack you.
Oh god.
And I'll just turn this music down, sorry about that. Okay, and with that, as he slowly moves towards the edge, Rip, you're up.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I kept one grit point spare. Yeah. Let's use it and Deadeye shot him. Man.
Okay.
I'll shoot him right in one of the pumpkins.
Okay. Oh god damn it.
Oh, not the best.
That was so close to a 20.
I know, I
hit.
saw it on a 20 and roll off.
It fires straight into this massive lump of flesh, fruit, and matter, and the bullet hit something? You're not sure if it actually did anything, though.
Okay, you want me to roll damage or?
No, it didn't hit anything.
Fair enough.
Oh, wait. Actually, wait, no. Yes, it did roll damage. Sorry, I had the on armor class up, yeah.
10.
You strike it, and it You strike it, and the glowing amount of flesh begins to. A part of it it's lost off. One of the pumpkins smashes. Now, it's still managing to keep its grip together though. And with that, we go back to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
Oh god, okay, so we're fighting a pile of McDonald's ingredients. Great
Yes.
to know.
As of now, yes.
Seeing the just the sudden turn of the situation, Zacharias is going to pull a gambit. He's going to duck under his raven, charge forward, look this guy straight in the pumpkins, and cast Thunderstep.
Okay.
So I teleport here, and he can make me, I believe it's a dex save.
Yes. Which is pretty low on.
Yeah, 5, that fails.
Okay. And roll your as you run towards it, you then use your magical energy to zip back into the cover. The lightning energy slamming straight into it. It then takes the energy causing its body to wobble and distort even further.
Sweet. And on the end of my turn, I'm going to call out to Shine Bright and just say, get back for God's sakes.
Okay, and as
Can I say I forgot my second attack? Can I just say I reloaded my gun during that?
yeah, sure.
Cool.
As you hit it, the form begins to shift. The vegetables it once was slowly molded into what appears to be just a pile of goo at this point. You don't know what kind of form it has anymore.
No, I was going to eat a turkey leg.
Okay. And with that, Frederick, you're up.
I'm going to send the spiritual weapon into him first.
Okay. So I'll check. Yep, that's a good hit. You send the weapon and its skewer straight into the middle of the form.
I'll deal with the extra 5 there for 15.
Okie doke. The blow burns straight into the middle of the it burns straight into the middle of it, burning a hole in the center of the flesh. It manages to seal around it just as the spiritual weapon's pulled out, but it's clearly not in good shape. And with that, it comes to the Gibbering Martha's turn.
I believe he cast a Sacred Flame on it too.
Oh. Yes, in that
Yeah.
case... Sorry, I didn't see that roll. It makes a dex save. And yeah, it's an mobile blob of flesh. It wasn't going to avoid that. So that's 12 points of radiant damage and continuing to burn it further. The holy energy trying to just make sure... burning away at the abomination. It's slowly losing its form. And with that... it comes to its turn, and I believe... let's see, you should be fine. Yeah, you're just out of its range. It slowly moves around in sort of a gibbering mess. Shine Bright runs back into the bushes, seeing it lower its way towards it. You're just hearing this go... as it continues to slowly march forward towards where you
John
are.
Carpenter's The Thing.
And let's see. Yeah, it can't. It's out of its range at the moment, so it's gonna move slightly further forward, and that ends its turn. The wolf, it's just sort of, it's still sitting. It's being obedient as a good boy, but it's now looking terrified, like looking backwards and forwards, and looking directly at you, Fredo, because this to say, Can I run, please?
Get out of here, foul beast.
At which point, the wolf gratefully uses its dash action to run as far away as it can.
That is what we like to call the nope.
And with that, Rip, your action.
Rip is walking back slowly as he thinks he never imagined that as he made his way back to town today, a talking sheep would take him on an adventure where he fights a construct-like creature made out of a bed that resembled a dragon, and then a crazy wizard who turned himself into a pile of food and then eventually into a bunch of crazy flesh on the ground. And he shoots it.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's max it. That's a hit. It's,
Oh really? Cool.
You weren't entirely confident in your shot. You were a bit worried. Your hand was shaking. You fired, but thankfully, it's a hard target to miss. It manages to fire straight through, take a small chunk of its shot, but it is barely holding itself together now.
There are more shots in the chamber, so once more, holding it to the side like a gangster.
And now you've seen it bleed, lose its shape, whatever. You know you can hit it, so you calm your nerves and fire again. Roll your damage. Another chunk is lasting off. It is barely holding itself together now at this point. You can hear it go, but it's just about holding together. Alrighty.
And yep, Rip gets away from it.
Alrighty. And now we go back to the top of the round. Zacharias, you're up.
Zacharias is going to face this thing dead on. Look it straight in its horrifying fleshy mass. And there's a moment as his eyes legitimately go blue with the divine energy of the Raven Queen. This is not an effect. This is not him fucking with someone. And he calls up to this mass of flesh and says, "Noke, your time has come." And I cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, wisdom save, and here I go.
Yep.
That is a 10.
Yep, no dice there, Noke. "13 points of Raven Queen damage.
Okay. You you call into your power. The bells chime. How would you like to finish this?
I would like there to just be like four bell strikes like the Undertaker. Dong, dong.
I like to
Dong,
imagine
and
you're
I'm-
slowly walking forward whilst mist follows you at this point.
Yep, and on the fourth dong, like a bolt of sickly white bluish energy explodes from the sky, hits him, and just vaporizes him.
You walk forward, beginning to mutter a chant of the Raven Queen's prayers as each bell goes dong, dong, dong. You are now literally a head's breadth in front of the creature, and it's staring at you, going roar, roar, roar. And as it begins to mount what appears to be some kind of tentacle, a column of energy just falls from the guy and slams straight into it, atomizing whatever was left of it. It explodes in a shower. Some of it admittedly splatting on you, but the rest of it just falls to the side before slowly disintegrating into new atoms.
And just very, very quietly, Zacharias dismisses his mage armor and the goo stuck to it, and just very casually looks up at Rip and says, "Well, that happened."
Exactly where it was.
I'm gonna fly.
Shoots the ground.
And I notice MPL has not pushed his press to talk key again.
I'm saying Rip just shoots the ground continuously where it was. Reload, shoots the ground.
You just about finish up. You continuously the ground at where the smoldering patch was. Like, admittedly, the reason the grass is burned is because of the effects of Zacharias' attack. But you're not taking any chances, so you just unload a full clip on it. Just...
Wise, honestly.
As you're doing this, Shinebright goes over to the ground where Noak first transformed. And next to the bed, he sees the wand, which he picks up in his teeth and then runs straight back into the lab. Before popping up... Sorry.
As he does what he does then.
Okay. He then comes back out of the door with another scroll in its mouth.
I slowly approach him, cautious of everything now.
Likewise, I'm just slowly moving up.
As you approach Zacharias, you can see that the scroll is yet another Speak with Animals spell.
I will take it and cast it.
You take it and cast it, and as you do so, Shinebright quickly steps inside before coming out with the wand in his mouth, dropping it, and then going, I wish it hadn't ended like this, but needs must.
Zacharias will respond to that. The Raven Queen comes for us all in time.
Rip puts his foot on the wand. You know, we have to destroy this. We have to. You see what it can do.
You can't destroy this man's property.
Can't
I will
I?
not allow it.
Yes, I agree with the angel. I would that you did not break the wand, especially when it's the only thing that can turn me back. I'm not playing the rest of my life as a sheep.
Oh, I'm not using that wand. You've seen what it did to him.
Trust me, this is the only thing that can turn me back. And the only reason that failed is because he was a fool. Yes, the spell only misfires very rarely and only when you overuse it. And trust me, that he has been overusing it. I mean, did you see all of those apes?
Shine bright. Shine bright. I will give you this liberty, but you must allow this to be destroyed.
I suppose I can continue my magic some other way. It's possible that it might have been abused. But I suppose ultimately the decision lies with your young tiefling friend. That's why I sought you out. The only ones who can use it must have a magical aura about them. I suppose the angel friend could have suited as well, but you seem to have the greater connection.
I'll look at the wand, bend down, pick it up, regard it, and I'll...
Rip's gun just follows the wand wherever it goes.
and I'll say, I'll turn you back. No man deserves to live his life an animal, but there are safer ways to study the secrets of the world. Take it from a man who knows. Sometimes dipping into that which is not meant for mortal creatures takes more than we can replace.
Yes, I suppose some like Noak learn the hard way. But that is the nature of scholarship. We must continue to press those boundaries. I admit that this one might have been a mistake, or at least it might have been a mistake to throw into the hands of someone like Noak, using it willy-nilly on any mercenary he can find. But I will thank you for this favor, and in exchange, I will indeed give up. I will indeed, at the very least, not rebuild this wand. Now, I need you to concentrate. Point the wand at me and focus on all of your intents to turn me back into my elven form. There cannot be a single misstep.
Rip reloads his gun. He just braces himself.
Zacharias will regard the wand, point it at Shinebright, and say, "Well, if this goes awry, you have my deepest and sincerest apologies. You only live once, right?" And I will cast the spell and hope for the best.
Alrighty, make me an Arcana check.
Don't fail me now, Zach.
Someone in the comments said it turns everyone into sheep.
17.
You are holding you focus calmly on the ideal humanoid form. The wand glows in your hand. The energy then starts crackling like mad. So the energy is kind of almost shocking your hands a little bit. Your fingers are numbing, and for a moment, it feels like the wand is about to explode. But you grit your teeth, you grit your teeth, you're firm, and you just hold on with everything you can, like gritting your teeth through all the pain. And then, as you fire, the energy just bursts throughout, and the energy fires and hits Shinebright. There is a long magic. There is a flux of magical energy rippling through it, and then Roll20 will give me the results soon. Eventually, you see that Alpha crying out loud.
Don't worry about it, Jonan.
This is where you see the magic light's time slows down, as if in massive suspense.
And Jonan gets disconnected from Roll20.
Yeah, I freaking hate you, Roll20.
He is a master of suspense.
Yes, that's definitely what's happening here.
There we go. The face of our Lord and Master. For a
Who
second.
is? I hate you, Roll20. Okay, he turns back into a normal person. Let's just say that. He disappears, and his form. The magic disappears, and he takes his form once more, which it's a little disheveled. Looks kind of. It's a little disheveled. His beard has been a massive mess, and thankfully, the magic of the wand has allowed him to have clothes. He doesn't have that dignity, thankfully.
Now the
Zacharias is very relieved.
The wand shine bright.
As you say that, the energy within the wand crackles, and Zacharias, I need Zacharias and Rip to make con saving throws.
Oh boy. Natural one.
The wand is in your hand. It shines brightly, and then it explodes, knocking you onto your feet and making you 10 points of force damage. And Rip, I need you to do the same.
Oh, crikey.
It's a powerful explosion, and the wand misfires a lot.
I guess there goes those temporary hit points. I'm the master of wands this session.
So yes, with the form Shinebright, as you are slowly bleeding to your feet, Shinebright steps forward and helps you up, and goes, "Well, I guess that solves that little issue."
It was meant to be, Shinebright. Knowledge is power. Use it wisely.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it was. Well, I suppose I can continue. Well, I suppose I can continue on with my work now. Thank you so much. You have helped me more than words can ever say. I'll be more than happy to help you however I can in the future. But for now, good day. And he turns and walks back inside the lab.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna stand up brush myself off, and just sort of limp inside and say, Shineright, you mentioned something about a reward.
Oh, yes. Yes, so I did, I've been, you have to understand, my funds are a little bit in a disarray as I have been a sheep for a few months, and you're not gonna let this go, are you?
Don't try and pull the wool over our eyes.
He just glares at you.
Zacharias does the face palm.
Then walks over to the table and sighs and goes, well, I suppose, yes, there are some lab equipment here. If you sell this to a scholar, this will cover. I don't suppose there's any chance you could return the change, is there?
Do you maybe have any useful potions, maybe, instead?
I'll
That looks
spe- I'm
rather
afraid-
heavy.
I'll speak up and add to that. We would be. It would please us to take magical items instead, if you can provide them.
If only. Sadly, I'm a scholar of transmutation magic. Here, he gets out of the sack, throws the papers out of it, then throws some lab equipment into it and says, sell this to a scholar, and it will net you 50 gold. And I'll have to start all over again. Oh well. At least I can have a full conversation with someone. He hands it over to you, Rip.
Rip just looks at him. Guard your secrets well, lest we come back.
Yes. I guess I can't rely on you to help me all the time, can I?
And, Zacharias will step forward and say, again, as someone who knows, be more careful with this sort of thing in the future. I clap a hand on his shoulder and do the glowy eyes thing, and say very close to him, the Raven Queen has quite a lot yet planned for you. Don't squander that.
Make me an intimidation check.
$17.
He just stares at you and goes,
Zacharias just straightens, smiles benignly, and gives him a nod. Good day to you, Shineright. It's certainly been an adventure. And I step outside.
Rip takes one last look at him. Be good, Shinebright. I don't want to hear about you being a bad boy. You hear?
Shinebright sighs and goes, just get out.
Exit.
I'll call back and say, come along, gentlemen.
Nice of it goes, if you ever want to hear about polymorphal transmatter theory, you know where to find me.
Zacharias pauses and says, and considers it, and actually calls back, after today, it might be an enlightening lesson.
Oh, excellent! In that case, I've got a book on the subject, and he runs into the library in order to get one.
I leave.
Everyone scarpers.
And as we're doing that, Zacharias will just tell the others, right, back to the back to Pilgrim's Point for a rest, I suggest.
And with that, the three of you rush back off to Pilgrim's Point.
I don't
leaving
know about
side by-
you, Zacharias, but I need a drink.
I could, for in a rarity, Rip, I agree with you. I could do with an entire bottle of wine just now.
And so, with the solemn vow to drink, to get as much drink as it takes to steady your nerves after that experience, you rush off back to Pilgrim's Point, and from there to the city. You decide to spend the rest of the evening calmly taking drinks, vowing to maybe not share this experience with anyone else. And at that, you think to yourself, you know what? Maybe we'll take this opportunity to rest. I mean, it's not like we've got any work on. At that point, your boss comes in and says, "Hey, guess what? We just got out the word of this big job in the town. Looks like we'll be hunting werewolves." And that is where we end tonight's game. Thank you, everyone who listened.
Well, how about
What
that?
What a
for-
twist!
What a twist! What a twist at the end. So, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been great to do D&D on the channel again. We will be bringing it back. We will be continuing, funnily enough, the Curse of Strahd on live stream at some point, which the Jonan Monkey also DMs. Fantastic work, the Jonan Monkey. Love the
Thank
tokens.
you.
They're amazing. And I've been MVL Gaming. We've had Odin, and we've had Sven the Crusader. Anything else you want to say, Jonan?
Only apologies for the misfires, but hey, we managed to make it work in the end, so...
And may I just say thank you for letting me have that astonishing how do you want to do this moment.
Oh, that was awesome. So it just remains for me to thank everyone everyone that's been watching it so far. Flying Crocodile, Mr. No Life, Lemcom in it, and Orlinta. Thanks everyone that's been watching. And I've been MVL, and we'll see you next time. Next time I'm streaming. Sorry, what? Anything you want to say?
I was just saying, yeah, until next time, cheerio, guys.
Cool. Thanks
Oh,
everybody.
and once again...
You're gonna say sorry. It's all
I
falling to
apologise,
pieces.
sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, I apologise. I will also say once again, thank you to Richard Jansen Parks who came up with this one shot. It's on DM's Guild for about $3 if you want to pick this up and run it in your own campaigns.
So, thanks everybody. Mr. No Life, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned. Flying Crocodile, Nick Cool, Stay Frosty, Lemcom in it, and Olyncia. Everyone else that's been watching, you've all been awesome, and we'll bring D&D back to the channel. Until then, that we see you next. We'll catch you next time.
There you